Welcome back to Good Day. Well, have you ever forgotten your cell phone before and felt a little nervous or disconnected? And it makes you wonder how to ever function without it. It was only just a few years ago that we all did function without cell phones and did just fine. But now technology is the center of our lives, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It helps us connect with loved ones, keeps us organized, and helps us with work. But it can also take us away from family and friends. Joining us today is Dr. Sherry Turkle, professor at MIT, psychologist, and author of Alone Together. We're talking about the Forrester's Tech TimeOut Challenge. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Turkle.
My pleasure.
Well, first, what is the Tech TimeOut Challenge?
Well, basically, they're saying, take an hour a day for a week and talk to your family. Be there for your family. It sounds like a small thing, but can actually be an immense thing, because people are, in fact, not talking to their families enough. People are on their own devices.
Very good. So
Almost
what are the
avoiding their
possible effects
families.
of too much online or digital interaction on children?
Well, people, kids are sending, the average teenager sends 60 texts a week, 60 texts a day. And if you're sending 60 texts a day, there are a lot of things you're not doing. You're not talking to your friends as much as you might be. You can be very distracted. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't interleave those texts with conversations, but you have to make sure you are. And the idea of, taking a break is to rediscover, is to kind of look at the role of technology in your life and make sure that you're, making sure that you're mastering it and it's not mastering you. So, for example, at the dinner table, it's very common in my studies to see teenagers and parents sitting at the dinner table together texting. And, that's the kind of thing that you don't want. You want the places that are made for conversation to be places that you have conversation. There's nothing wrong with texting per se, but you want to make sure that you make conversation with other people part of your life.
Well, very, very great tips. What are some of the positive things about taking a break from technology? Of course, you just mentioned a few, but some more things outside of the family circle.
Well, you can discover that you felt more social isolation than you realized you had. Sometimes technology can really bring us away from people rather than connect us with people. And we can find, when we take a break from technology, that the true connections with people are really the ones that happen face to face. And we can realize that we've been using technology thinking that when we, email somebody or go on Facebook or text somebody, that that's the true connection. And we can discover that really we've been missing out on those face-to-face connections. People are always telling me, I'd rather text than talk. And often we hide from each other even as we think we're constantly connected to each other. So taking a break can remind us that it's important to have those face-to-face connections.
Very, very good conversation, something we all need to hear. So maybe one thing people can do is just, kind of enlist the rule, no cell phones at the dinner table. This is a place where we're going to share in conversation and talk. It's something everyone can start tonight, start this weekend, and make ourselves a little bit more aware of what's going on within our families. Again, thank you so much, Dr. Sherry Turkle, and you guys can check out her book. It's called Alone Together. We're going to go on over to Chris.